So what we've done here at WLRN, our journalism is based around what we call sense of place journalism, which is how does this information, how does this story have impact on where we live in South Florida? How does it have impact in Broward County? How does it have impact in Miami-Dade County? How does it have impact in Palm Beach County? How does it have impact in the Keys? So our stories, you'll see, are based around where we live.
Radio these days, it's wide open. I mean, there's a big push to have young voices, young ideas, and diverse ideas and backgrounds reflected on the radio. It's a golden opportunity now. You know, it used to be, yeah, you may have all the character in the world, but if you're not the certain kind of person, you're not going to get in the door. That is no longer the case.
And I'd just like to finish by adding the word initiative. It's so sorely lacking today. So many people just want to have a job and just do their job, bare minimum, go home, I'm going to do what I need to do, and I just want to go home. If you come into a place and you show initiative and you do things that maybe you're not even asked to do just to make the place better, to make it run better, pick up a piece of trash on the floor even if you didn't put it there, things like that, take the initiative, make the place better around you. People notice that, and people above you in the chain of command will notice that, and you will get opportunities that you might not have gotten otherwise.
And that's why I think it's important that you always take opportunities when you can. If the door opens up, it might not be to make money. You could be volunteering and you're making contacts with people. And as you heard from our general manager and Peter Meritz and Jason Zabka, it's about wanting to be the best that you can be while you're doing whatever level job that you're doing. So if you show the passion and your interest and want to grow and learn in the field, it really makes all the difference.
I feel like you're going to always continue to gather knowledge, so you can grab that in a lot of different ways. Obviously, college is a great step to do that and network with people and learn about the world and just broaden your horizons.
What I love about WLRN is that the umpteen thousands of years that I've been here, like Adrian, is that in this particular place, you have the opportunity to learn many different areas of, like I started out in production, and I love production, but within inside of 3 years of production, I knew that I wanted to produce. I'm a television producer. I knew I wanted to create the program. I knew I can tell that story different. I would have handled that differently. I would have done it this way, done it that way. So what did I do? I started hanging around the associate producer and the producer, and let me write, let me do this, let me do that. So my experiences really came from really being hungry and wanting it and figuring out a way to do it.
I'm from Alaska, and so I went home to a small station there and got an internship there and just put my mug in front of everybody's face while I was there, just trying to make sure that everybody knew that I was there, that I was hungry, and that I wanted a job. And within 3 weeks of my internship, I was hired on permanently.
And it's that one first step that makes all the difference. Your one step can lead you on to so many opportunities.
And you're going to be told no a million times, and you're going to not get the opportunity that you want a million times. But you just keep going.
And I would also say mentorships. So really try to find mentors around you. Whatever you want to do, be passionate about it, but there's other people that are leading the way in that, working in different professions, and reach out to them.
I was talking to somebody from Tulane last year, Tulane University in New Orleans, college, sorry. Last year, they rescinded 15 admissions for kids, for seniors, because of things they posted on social media. So
people who had been accepted,
yes,
whose acceptances were
taken back. So they were accepted in a really good university, and when things that were posted on social media surfaced, and that can be bullying, it could be, you know, it could be many things, those admissions were taken back. That also applies for work. Please do not think there's an illusion with social media, an illusion of privacy, and you think that things are not going to surface, and you think it's Snapchat, it's not gonna appear again. Guess what? That's being stored somewhere. And tomorrow you might want to apply for a really nice job, say, I don't know, in WLRN, and then we're going to find this bullying that you were doing to one of your classmates back in 2019. It's my understanding that if you receive on your phone a naked photo of your classmate, and you don't report it to the police, you're liable. You can go to jail.
We abide by a code of ethics, right? Journalists don't have licenses like other professions do, right? Like, we're not doctors. Doctors have a license. If you mess up, you're subject to a state board and your license can be taken away, right? We have our ethics, which means that the public puts trust in us, in order to report the news accurately and fairly.
Media literacy, and for like the teachers and educators in the room, like you have your work cut out for you here, I have to say. Because media literacy is so important. Teaching all of you to know the difference between like actual real journalism and somebody who's spouting off in their living room, or somebody who has an agenda, who maybe used to be a legitimate journalist, but they've pivoted to having an agenda, and so you can't trust what they're saying necessarily. So understanding there actually are all of these media literacy curriculum that are out there, and really having the opportunity to teach young people the difference, I think makes a huge difference in what will happen and what like citizen journalism really means as time goes by. And it's critical, it's critical that it happens like right now. When somebody tells you something that you should all be asking yourselves is, how do you know that? All the time, like, how do you know that? Get to the get to the bottom of it. How do you know?
We have a saying in journalism that's kind of cruel, but if your mother says that she loves you,
check it out.
Check it out. Ask her to prove it. So that, I think.
So my job has a very strange title, Director of Strategic Initiatives, and everyone's always like, well, what does that mean? It means I do a lot of different things. I get to engage our community in what we do. So as my colleagues here mentioned, we are a nonprofit and we have to fundraise, but we also have to give back. And so we take what we do here and we give back to our community in many different ways. And one of those is engaging. So one of the things we do is like today, having you guys here to learn about what we do and hopefully engage you so that you go home more informed and more educated and better able to make better decisions for your life. Mr. Victor asked the question earlier, what qualities, right, or what characteristics do we look for? It's to be a well-rounded person, and that's what you guys are working on right now. You guys are all molding yourselves, and it's important to be well-rounded. It's important to, to be educated and take an interest in many different things so that you become more worldly, and that really gives you a big advantage in life.
The easiest thing for any of us to do, is to talk about ourselves. The hardest thing to do is to learn about other people and ask engaging questions and open-ended questions and what interests them and what motivates them and how you can find a common link between your organization and that individual. And that's what I would say. Just things like today, something may click with you, a bell may go off, and it may not, but that's okay. You've had an experience here, so if it ever comes up again about a TV and radio station, you can say, I spent a day there once, and this is what I learned.
So everything you're doing today is so important in your future life. Because as I went on in life, all these things made an impression. So my advice to all of you is to really take this opportunity while you're in middle school to do as much as you can. Even try things. Try everything you can do. Even if you think you might not like it, you just quit and try something else. I took art lessons. I wasn't really a great artist, so I quit. So I started music. So while you're in middle school, this is the time to really just try things and do things. And that will help you in your future life. All these things will help you.